spiritual certified relationship coach. Okay. And today I came to talk to you about something very important. Very important. Muy importante. It is about manifesting and co creating. So, many of you have started your New Year's resolutions. You've created vision boards, and you're like, oh, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. Imagine what actually happens that we put our energy into versus what we didn't put our energy into. So saying it's going to happen makes it happen. You put energy behind that. When we say it's not going to happen, it does not happen. This is going to be very straight to the point. I can tell you that right now, the way my energy is feeling. Um, what you say, you get. You say it's going to happen, you put something behind it, you get it. Let's say that. If you say it's negative and it's going to happen in a negative way, put some energy behind it, you're going to get it. Okay? And so let's put that into your resolutions. The things you're afraid to put on your board is because you really don't think you're going to do it. Either you don't think you're capable or you don't think it's possible, but you have no belief in it. Where there is no belief, there's no possibility. And so we got to be careful about saying we want something and then following up with anti want behaviors. You got to act like you want it. And so I say all this to say that Holy Spirit, please get all monitoring spirits and negative entities out of my energy. I declare a going out right now. Yeah, I'm an empath, so I can feel other people's feelings and thoughts, and they be real negative. They be real negative. I have enough of other people's feelings and thoughts in my head that are so low vibrational that I have to keep my very own positive to balance it out. So that's all the negativity I can handle is other people's stuff. I can't be negative. People was like, you're always so positive. You're always so I have to be. I can feel and hear those negative things. Ugh. Take a lot of spiritual baths because of it. But back to the topic at hand. Understand whose thoughts you're thinking, you're hearing, you're after the throat chakra, right? Some things they don't want you to say out loud. So some people don't want you to have a platform where people listen to you and speak. Okay? Understand that. Some people don't want you to be heard because they feel like it's an attack on their lack of positivity and it exposes their demons. So it's a lot of people that don't want you to be seen, heard, or any of that. Then people will know that it's possible for a black woman, a black person, a human being to be positive and they're not positive. That puts some onus or accountability back on them, right? And so, one second, let me grab this. Okay. So, I say all of that to say, when you feel that negative energy just rising up, sometimes you gotta confirmation, match that energy, burn it out. Literally. Get you a little fire. And imagine that energy being burnt out. Spirit just gave me that one. Spirit just gave me that one. So match that energy. Don't you start vibing low. But you let that energy know you see it, you recognize it, and you're going to burn it out. Okay? We don't sit and it's doing negative stuff. We don't do that. So today's video is about how to manifest the right way. So I'm just give y'all some quick instructions. Quick instructions, two different things for manifesting and co-creating. Okay? Feel my energy come back up to my energy, right? It's coming back up to my energy. So basically, you are going to get a sheet of paper, maybe a notebook with lined paper in it. You're going to write down 100 things that you're going to experience in 2025. Here's the significance of doing this exercise. This gives you an opportunity to put things on paper that you didn't think were possible. You've never done it before. You've always wanted to do it. Let your desires lead you to write. Write down 100 things. Even encourage your children to do it. They can have a smaller list. When you get to put down 100 things, you'll write everything. If you're writing a list of 10 things, you'll try to keep it in your budget, try to keep it in a certain time frame. You'll put limits on it. What I'm trying to get you to do is open up your mind and truly, truly imagine, what could I do if I had unlimited time and unlimited resources? Write those 100 things down. If money were no object, my health were not the issue, I didn't have to worry about a babysitter, where would I go? What would I do this year? Write down 100 things. Totally be, Alice in Wonderland. Go down that rabbit hole into, a different dimension where you're happy and free and abundant. Go there for a minute and make this list of 100 things. Encourage your children to do the same. If it's possible for someone else, then it's humanly possible, and then I can do it too. So don't look at life like, oh, these other people get to live this life. These other people get to have these things. No, you can have those things too. And you need to stop limiting yourself. Start making this list of things that you can have no matter what. You can do no matter what. It is yours no matter what. Okay? Don't limit yourself. Do not limit yourself. Okay? And so 100 things. So I'll give you like maybe 10, right? For example, say you've never had, and these are some luxuries I've experienced on a regular basis. And people's like, you must be rich. No, I just love myself enough to put my money over there instead of over there. I don't eat junk food all the time. I cook at home. I cook nutritious, bright, colorful meals. I chop up a lot of fruits and vegetables when I cook, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So that's how my children know me, to cook a lot of fruits and vegetables. I make colorful meals. I make delicious meals at home. I like to include a hot and a cold vegetable on my plate, so a salad and a this, or a wet salad and a that, or even a fruit salad and a hot, whatever, right? I am very intentional about the way I cook in my own space. And so some people might prioritize checking out every evening and just throwing their money away on fast food restaurants. That, to each his own. But don't tell somebody else, you must, because they can always look at you and say, you must not prioritize X, Y, and Z if you're doing that. So leave people alone about their list and they wishing and all of this. Don't go poo-poo on somebody else's parade. So when you're making your list of 10 things, so as I'm saying this, somebody's going to be negative about the 10 things I'm saying. So I already see you. That's why I said it. Okay? Spirit be showing me. Don't play. Do not play. Don't come for me with the negative thoughts. That's just your life. Everybody don't live like that. So, but you can recover from this. Keep following me long enough. You'll be positive, right? And it be cracking me up too, y'all. The people who send you stuff that they need to take heed to. You know who you are. Don't send me nothing like your life perfect in a judgmental way. I send people things positively inspire them where they feel like they're drowning. I don't call you out on things when I know you need help. I'm human. I know you're human. And so we also got to ignore some people who are probably blocking our manifestations. We keep lending our energy to them. So Spirit is like, tell them these things before you tell them those things. So the reason why it's taking me a minute to get to the 10 things that I was going to share as an example is because y'all need to, Spirit, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Some people need to know you can't get nowhere being negative, but to negative view, right? To down and out. Being negative is gonna get you down and out every single time. It ain't gonna take you nowhere else but down and out. Um, Whether that's with your own ideas or somebody else's. That's the only place it's gonna take you, down and out. God is gonna come back and make you eat them words every single time you spit them out to somebody. So be careful what you say and who you say it to. And then the other thing is, Be sure to check yourself before even making time to call yourself checking someone else. I bet you'll never find time to go check them. I bet you'll never find time to go be negative if you're busy cleaning house. And that's the way it was meant to be. So, Spirit is like, check yourself before you go bothering people. Confirmation. So 10 things. Let's say you've never had a professional massage. You keep telling yourself reasons why you can't go get it. Write it on the list. Just I'm gonna just write it down and see what happens this year, right? Let's say what else? Let's say you've never left your hometown. You've never left your hometown. Y'all be surprised. You've never left your hometown. You've never been on an airplane. You've never left the country. Maybe you left the country and went to an island but never went to another continent. So these are, I want to have my first flight this year. I want to leave my hometown for the first time this year by plane. I want to go to another continent this year, right? I want to, this year I will. The tense you write it in. This year I am, I will, it's happening. You can't write it like you don't believe it. That's the whole point. You got to be like in your imagination, like a kid, be totally excited, writing this down like, okay, this year I am, this year I will. And so you write these things down as if they're happening. Like, this is what we doing this year. I don't know how it's going to happen, but you trust God, you trust the divine. Say, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's happening. And you're excited, like, it's planned, it's happening, we doing this, okay? And so this year I am, this year I will, this year I will leave the country for the first time. This year I am going to take my first flight. This year I am going to learn that new language, and write it down. Be specific about some of the details and trust that God is going to bring these things in to come to pass. And so so this year I am going to get my first professional massage. Some people might want to start small and then work their way up to doing more things, and and you don't have to write all 100 things down at one time. You can write them over time. So let's say you write your first 10. Okay, let me pick this notebook up and add some more. I have more belief. As write it when something great just happened to you. Now you have a bigger belief system and you have more energy, more excitement to pour into these things, into your manifestations. Writing in an excited mode is definitely going to put the feeling you need to bring those things in. I will not go too deep into manifestations right now because this is supposed to be a very beginner friendly. Like, if you had been stuck in a negative mindset to where you don't believe you can go anywhere or do anything, I don't have the money, you just don't know. I just don't have the money. You just don't have faith. You just don't have faith. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a very much so poverty mindset, and it's saying we don't serve a God that has access to all the resources in the world. I keep checking my cinnamon candle. Some about it keep having me looking over there, y'all. But we serve a true abundant God. We're abundant beings, but we limit ourselves and we say no to abundance. We're the creators. We have God's power on earth. So if you say you believe in God, then you should also believe that you do have that power. It says so, right? There's life and death in the power of the tongue. Who has a tongue? You do. God is a spirit right now. So there's not, God is giving you God's power right now in your tongue. So you have to use it. And people sit around, it's not going to work for me. You just said it won't, so it won't. You had that power to say it will, and it didn't, right? So, And so now, got a little background noise going, but now you got to get to the point, guys, where I feel good, I'm doing good, everything's all good, and I'm going to write it down. I'm going to say it so till it is so. Get around your positive friends. I think the problem is that crab in a barrel syndrome keeps you from your manifestations. You will get to the point where people, you want to do something, you say it out loud, these negative people come and attack it. Why? Well, you need to focus on this first. You need to do this first. I didn't ask you for no opinion, but they will offer it to you, won't they? And the minute you open your mouth about their stuff, baby, they will shut you down so quick. Why aren't you protecting your dreams like that? I'll wait. So, speak up, use that throat chakra, say what you want, write it down, stop telling negative people your dreams, including yourself. On the day you being negative, we're not talking about dreams. On the day you feel positive, free, abundant, yeah, go talk about your dreams. Don't even trust your negative self with them. You're going to mess up your manifestations doing that. And I think a lot of people need to hear that. I tell myself I can't make any decisions until I eat. I feel like a crazy person. I'm being very negative right now. I'm in animal mode until I get food. I don't want to talk to humans. Like, give me some food. And then I'll make decisions. I don't want to think over my whole life on an empty stomach. Okay? It's all down here from there. And so you got to recognize, what energy am I sitting in? You only supposed to manifest in positive energy, or you're going to manifest something negative from that negative energy. And so don't think about your whole life. Make all your decisions from a negative state of mind. Get into some positive energy to do that. Also, stop telling the negative people. So if I'm not going to be negative and talk about my dreams, I'm not going to be around negative people talking about my dreams. And I'm absolutely going to write down 100 things I've never done before, things I want to do again, things I want to do at a different level, things I want my family to experience this year, things I'm going to purchase for myself, the weight loss numbers I'm going to achieve, all the things. All the things. And if your list grows to 200, that just means you're on track, honey, because that means you have a possibility mindset. And we absolutely need that. So that's the part I had on manifesting. This other part is probably going to be a part 2. Okay? So if you got the manifesting, give me a thumbs up down in the comments and check out part 2 for co-creating. All right? Hey, it's Coach Shani. So I'm coming to you with how to co-create with the universe. So this is part 2 from manifesting, right? And so when we're manifesting, we want to be in some positive energy and give that to an idea and bring it to life, right? But when we're co-creating, we're trusting that we're getting up and doing our part, and in the background, God is doing God's part to help us. So co-creating, there's something, there was an exercise in part 1 for manifesting, and for co-creating, here's the exercise that I'm going to give to you. Spirit is always giving me some downloads to preface this with. So when we have a new moon, we're releasing. We want all the energy to be new. When we have a full moon, we're manifesting. That, think full, abundant, new, fresh start, clean slate, release. All right. So new release and full abundance. So we want to manifest on the full moon with around that 3-day period, the day before, day of, day after, and then release around the new moon energy. And because you guys might say, oh, I don't believe in all that moon stuff, I don't believe in that stuff, it's still real. And I bet you'll still be up at night wondering why you can't sleep. It's because you're ignoring all the signs that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you in the same boat as the rest of us. And I don't believe in that stuff, so why you up with me then? Because all the spiritual people are up right now. You ain't got to claim it. You don't have to believe in God for God to be real. In this whole system God put in place, you can say, I'm pick and choose which parts of God I believe in. You don't believe God created the heavens and the earth, or the stars not the heavens and this not the earth, so you skip over that part of the word. So you got to be careful about picking and choosing what part of God you believe in. Are you a true believer or a part-time believer? Partial, I only believe some stuff about God. I don't believe everything about God. It's like I'm gonna pick and choose according to my mood and how I feel today. So absolutely, all this stuff around us came from God. The sun is a part of astrology. Confirmation. Confirmation. Right? Just as sure as I'm sitting here and there's a star in the sky and a sun and a moon, God put it there. And the way the moon affects emotions and water and the tide, it's all real. Confirmation again. God was like, tell him. And so in order to co-create, it's just tapping into the energy that's already there. Just believing in the God that's already there, working with the God that's already there, working with the energy that's already there. So you do not have to believe in God and God creating the moon and the moon serving its purpose, but it is absolutely already there when you can't sleep at night and it's a new moon. It's there. That energy is real and it's surging through yours. It will keep you up. You're tapped in, whether you like it or not. It is real, right? Just as sure as people pass away in threes, a sect, because energies come into this planet in a set of threes. You might not know the other two people, you might just know one of them. But we are all divinely connected, right? And so are everything. So is everything around us that God created. So this co-creation energy, it's just about tapping into what's already there and believing in what's